Shalawam, Shalawam, Shabbat, Shalawam, Yasharahla. All praises be unto thee, O Yahweh Bahasham, Mashiach, Yahweh. Today, Yasharahla, I want to go over wisdom and understanding. Because you see, a lot of times, we may have conversation on these topics. Like, for example, what exactly is wisdom? How do we actually attain wisdom? You know, so the scriptures are quite clear in regards to this. So let's go straight into it, Yasharahla. Wisdom and understanding. We're going to spend quite a little bit of time in the book of Proverbs as it expounds on it a whole lot. So we will have a look at the very first chapter, Yasharahla, and that's Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 7. So Proverbs chapter 1 and 7 reads, "The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." Fools despise wisdom and instructions. So let us not be fools, Yasharahla, and let us go see what wisdom truly is. Remember, we're going to stay in Proverbs a little bit, so we just want to jump up to chapter 9, and we're going to read verse 10. So, Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 10. "The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding." So, the very first thing, you must fear the Most High God. You would be insane to not fear the true and living God, as there is no power above him. So we must have a righteous fear of the Most High God. That's step one. I will read that again, Yasharahla. "The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom," because you would be wise to fear the Most High God. "And the knowledge of the holy is understanding." The commandments are holy, they are good, and they are your righteousness. So we'll go from there to chapter 15 and verse 33. That's Proverbs chapter 15 and 33, the very last verse in the chapter. "The fear of the Lord is the instructions of wisdom, and before honor his humility." We must be humble, Israel. "For if we are not humble, if we will not be submissive unto the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, we will not be submissive, hence will not do his will." So we must be humble and meek, Yasharahla. I shall go over that another time, because these scriptures, you've got to read them more than one. And as you can see, the scriptures themselves seems to almost be repeating themselves. But that's for our benefit, because Israel is tough-headed. Never forget that. Never forget that. Israel is tough-headed, and we have to repeat and repeat and repeat. So it may even become repetitive, but it must be done. So verse 33, "The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility." Let's go have a look at Psalm. We're going to come back to Proverbs, but we're going to go to Psalm just to tie off what is actually being said here. So that's Psalm 111. Psalm 111 and verse 10. And it reads, "The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praises endures forever." So, we know we must fear the Most High God, as it is the beginning of wisdom. And for anyone to have a good understanding, meaning to be wise, they must do these commandments. So right there, it's already telling you what would give you wisdom? What would make you wise? By keeping these laws, because they dictate your steps, you see. So we'll come away from Psalm and we'll go back into Proverb. We'll go to chapter 3 and I'll have a read of verse 3 and verse 4. So that's Proverb chapter 3 and verse 3, and I'll read through unto 4. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. There's a lot in that verse. Verse 3. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Truth, the law, is the truth. Bind them about thy neck. Bind these laws about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. Write them upon the table of your mind. So these are at the forefront of your mind. As I said earlier, they dictate your steps. Now verse 4. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. So in the sight of God, you are doing exactly what is commanded of you. Let's just say you're in the good books. You're in the good books. Okay? There's some more there. Let's see. Verse 4 again. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. So even man's gonna see clearly your wisdom. And all this comes from keeping these laws. So we'll go back. Let's go up actually to chapter 6 and we want verse 21. Still in Proverbs, we're staying in Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 21. Verse 21. Bind them continually upon thine heart and tie them about thy neck. Repeating what was just said in chapter 3, 3 and 4. I'll go again, Israel. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 21. Bind them continually upon thine heart and tie them about thy neck. What is the them? These commandments, these laws, these statutes. That is all it's alluding to. This is wisdom. We must hold on to her. Let's go up a chapter. Chapter 7, and we want verse 3. Again, Israel. Bind them upon thy fingers. Write them upon the table of thine heart. Keep them at the forefront of your mind continually. Yasharahla. That is wisdom. Let's go to chapter 19 and verse 8. So that's Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 8. And it reads, He that getteth wisdom loveth his own. Salakia, I'll read that again in Israel. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. There is nothing but good in these laws. There is nothing but good in these laws, for they will only make you wise. We want Matthew, so we're going to go to Matthew to corroborate what we've read. So we want Matthew chapter 7 and 24. So that's Matthew chapter 7 and 24. And it reads, Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. This is coming from a Mashiach Yahweh big brother. Again, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Again, these laws gives you grants you wisdom and understanding. So from Matthew, we go back to Proverbs and we want chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. So that's Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 1, and we'll go to verse 2. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding. All praises be unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem HaMashiach Yahushai. I will read that again, Israel. It is beautifully written. It is beautifully said. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear to understanding. Playing upon tables. So, Yasharahla, we'll go to chapter 3 and 13. Proverbs chapter 3 and 13. And Proverbs chapter 3 and 13 reads, Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. That is beautiful. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. You hold on to it. You hold on to her with both hands, with a tight grip. You must be happy. Of course. All praises. So, jump up to chapter 6 and 23, Yasharahla. Proverbs chapter 6 and 23. And it reads, For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. I will read it again, Yasharahla, so we have the understanding of what this light, of what this lamp is. So, Proverbs chapter 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instructions are the way of life. These commandments are life. This is how you gain life, by keeping these commandments. And you are wise to keep these laws. You gain understanding from keeping these laws. Yasharahla. All praises be unto the Most High Yahweh. And we go further, Yasharahla, and we'll go to Psalm. We'll go out of Proverb we'll just go out of Proverb now, and we'll go to Psalm chapter 119. So Psalms chapter 119, and we would need verse 105, and we'll go to 106. The Psalm 119, 105 reads, Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. I have sworn, and I will perform it, that I will keep thy righteous judgments. Again, Yasharahla, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all revolves around the keeping of these laws. They are good. They are your righteousness. They make you holy unto the Most High Yahweh. I think I may finish at Psalm chapter 13 and 3, Yasharahla. So that's Psalms chapter 13 and 3, because I believe we have established, more than established, exactly what wisdom and understanding truly is, or to say, how do we gain her? Keeping these laws. So, Psalm chapter 13 and 3, and it reads, Consider and hear me, O Lord my God, lighten my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Again referring to these laws being life, wisdom, and understanding. So, Yasharahla, I bid you, yes sir, I bid you a beautiful Shabbat. Enjoy your day, Yasharahla. And until next time, Shalom.